Martial law has been declared over the entire island of Mindanao in the Philippines. President Rodrigo Duterte made the call last week after the self-proclaimed Islamic State took control of parts of a local city. RT correspondent Anya Parampil takes a look at IS and the Philippines and other places outside of the Middle East.
While discussion of the so-called Islamic State in the media is often confined to the group's presence in Iraq and Syria, offshoots exist in parts of the world you may not expect. On Tuesday, the Philippine Marines pulled back the black flag of the Islamic State down from the skies of Marawi City as part of operations which began Monday. The Marines are responding to the Abu Sayyaf and Maute groups, both which have adopted the black IS flag. The Wall Street Journal describes these groups as Islamist gangs known for their brutality. Reporting in the past week, they murdered at least 16 Marawi residents, including a child. Success on the battlefield could help them recruit more local fighters and embolden other groups to strike in Mindanao, which has a sizable Muslim population in the otherwise Christian nation. Abu Sayyaf and the Maute group are fighting for a stronghold in the city of Marawi. A decade ago, the island of Mindanao was a base for the Indonesian militant group linked with al-Qaeda, known as Jemaah Islamiyah, which is now also linked to the Islamic State. Each of these groups, which have aligned under the umbrella of the self-proclaimed Islamic State, are Salafi groups, which adhere to a strict form of Islam known as Wahhabism, the state religion of the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. Saudi has worked for decades to export this ideology. For example, in the country of Indonesia alone, The Atlantic reports since 1980, Saudi Arabia has devoted millions of dollars to exporting its strict brand of Islam, Salafism, to historically tolerant and diverse Indonesia. It has built more than 150 mosques, a huge free university in Jakarta, and several Arabic language institutes, supplied more than 100 boarding schools with books and teachers, brought in preachers and teachers, and dispersed thousands of scholarships for graduate study in Saudi Arabia. All this adds up to a deep network of Saudi influence. The result has been the spread of Wahhabi ideology from Chechnya to China, Syria, the Philippines, and beyond, with foreign fighters flocking to Iraq, Libya, and Syria. The Islamic State was able to establish itself in those countries following the Western engulfed state-backed removal or destabilization of those three governments. Since 2011, it's estimated between 27 and 31,000 foreign fighters went to Syria and Iraq from at least 81 different countries. A 2015 study conducted by the Sufan Group found fighters from Tunisia, Saudi Arabia, and Russia make up the top three demographics. And in Asia, countries like the Philippines, which have struggled to fight extremist groups for decades, have seen those militias align under the banner of the self-proclaimed Islamic State. In Washington, Anya Parampil, RT.